Hi guys, it's Cody and welcome back to my channel. Today I want to show you guys how I created two of the accessories for my Sapphire Gentleman cosplay. The medals on the pants and the bow. First, I'm going to start off with two key components for the medals. The gem already glued into a frame and the tassels. To attach the tassels, I simply tied them onto the gems. And then I hand stitched them to the pants. To create the ribbon portion, I made a pattern from scratch and then cut it out of velvet, lining, and dupioni. I ironed the sides of the dupioni and then hand tacked it to the velvet portions. Then I added on all the extra details on the ribbons. This included some gold trim, some piping around the edges, and some pearls. All of these were done with different stitches depending on what was needed to keep them in place. After all the details have been added on, I attached the lining, first by hand stitching it with a back stitch, and then going over it again with machine. I then used a slip stitch to seal the edges closed. To add the beads on the side, I first used some drop beads and some head pins. I slide the drop bead onto the head pin and then bend it into a loop. I then attach the drop beads using jump rings. This gem gets hand sewed onto the tip of the ribbon, and then the whole thing gets hand sewn to the pants. The tassels are then cut to an appropriate length and then removed from the plastic casings. I then added a chain between the two gems and then added these little drop beads on them. I then added one more ribbon on. First, I hand stitched the piping to the sides using a back stitch. Went over it again by machine using a zipper foot. Added the gold trims by hand. Sewed on the lining, excuse my shoulder. And then hand sewed it to the pants. And with that, the medals on the pants were done.
And now it's time for a little doggy break. Hi, Bubba!
Okay, back to work. To start off the bow, I first created the gem that is going to go in the middle. I first spray painted the frame, added the gem, and then glued on all these little pearl beads. Next, I cut and sewed out all the pieces very similar to how I created the ribbons on my medals. Once that was done, I sewed the ends of the top portion together and then hand gathered the middle to create the little bow. I repeated that step for the bottom portion of the bow, put them together, and then tied them together using a ribbon. The center portion was sewn together by machine and then by hand, but don't worry about it being white, it's not gonna matter in the end. To create the ruffle in the middle, I took a piece of leftover dupioni, sewed the ends together, turned it inside out, and then gathered the raw edges. This ruffle was then turned into a circle and then hand tacked to the gem. To cover the raw edges, I sewed a piece of felt on top, and then I added the bow and then a clip. And with that, my bow for Sapphire Gentleman was done. That's how I created these two pieces. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I'm glad to be back in showing you guys how I created Sapphire Gentleman. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you have any questions, please feel free to leave it in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel to see more cosplay content from me, or if you want to see me dance, please check out my dance channel. And if you want to really support me even further, please feel free to leave a donation on Ko-fi. I'll see you guys in my next video. Until then, bye-bye!